Forever. Dog.
I'm sure you're very poor. Congratulations. Can the rest of you please give us $1?
Listener, we love you. Ashley, we love you.
We love you so much.
We don't.
Ashley loves you too.
Ashley,
I don't love you. I love how poor you are.
Okay, and it's over.
Poor.
Please excuse Ashley. She fell down the subway stairs.
She hit her head. She had a very big head. Owie.
You know
Okay,
who's
goodbye.
poor
No,
now?
okay,
I
goodbye,
spent all my money on cabbage.
Yeah. First she's late. Then her memory card's full.
I wasn't
Then Mac has
late.
background noise. Then we're not even recording.
I wasn't late.
You were physically in the room. But
Yeah,
where were
I
you
just had-
mentally, Ashley? Where were you mentally?
Whoa, dude. Whoa.
Whoa.
Sounds like why our marriage ended.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Okay.
Whoa.
Okay.
Okay, coming in hot.
Ashley,
Oh.
a boo-boo.
Is that from
I have
climbing?
a boo-boo. No.
Is that
What
from
happened?
climbing?
No.
Oh.
How
did you get a
fell
boo-boo?
down the stairs in the subway.
What?
Okay.
Yeah, you heard me.
What?
I fell down the stairs in the subway.
Oh.
I did.
Hey.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Did anybody help you?
I'm fine, but the thing is that
Don't
yes,
ask that.
everybody flooded around me, which was so embarrassing.
God.
Jen was
Sorry,
there.
I'm the kind of person that would not want anyone to help me at all.
Me too.
Like, let's all pretend.
Because I
Everyone
was fine.
Pretend you didn't see that.
And I had a cup. I had a souvenir cup from my now favorite show of all time, Titanic. Oh my fucking God. And I slammed, the best show I've ever seen in my entire life, the funniest thing ever. I slammed the cup into the ground as my body hit the ground. So it did in fact sound like my head exploded. So everyone came
That's kind of dramatic
around.
of you. Don't you
So
think?
dramatic. And every time I think of that, I think of this woman that I met as a teenager when I was doing community service in this whatever, it doesn't matter. She had a PhD, and her PhD was literally in why humans grip things the way they do, no matter what is going on. Like if we are falling, we
way to
will
rub it
hold
in.
on to whatever we have in our hand. That was what her PhD was in.
Oh.
Isn't that
And
so
that was
not
you
useful
with the
for today?
Titanic cup.
Yes, me and the Titanic cup.
I
Did
mean,
you
you're
get any
saying-
other injuries or just boo-boo?
Listen, this is something that I think about. I wonder, could you, if you had something in your hand, like, let's say you're holding like an empty can, right? Like something very light.
A Titanic cup.
Sure. Okay. A Titanic cup, ultra light, nothing in it, empty. Could you hold that forever?
What do you
Like,
mean?
could you forever hold it and never get, or would it, even though it's so light, would the sheer amount of time that you were holding it for mean that you would get tired and have to put it down?
It's not the weight of it. It's the fact that your muscles are contracted around it.
Yeah, exactly. Could you do it forever? If
Some
it was
thoughts
light
aren't
enough?
meant for the air. Anyway,
I feel like you could.
I fell. And some people are going to be like, yes, they are, Ashley. Let her speak. Hey, Bugs.
Let her talk about the cup.
They're gonna
No,
be like, actually, I have thought about that too. This is a popular
they
question.
haven't.
We really
No.
want to discuss it in depth. Let's talk about it
So
more.
I slammed, what I really slammed was my elbow. And this Jewish grandmother, a babushka came over. And yes, thank you. And came up to me and cut in front of everybody. Jen thinks I've got a concussion. Like I look dazed and confused. I heard the sound. Everyone thinks I've had a massive head injury. So this woman cutting in front, like I want to just contextualize this. She cuts in front and goes, "Rep head in cabbage."
You're lying.
No,
she did not.
That's
Rep-
you've made
rep
that
head
up.
in cabbage.
You've
No,
made
I
that up.
didn't.
That's
I
a bit.
swear to fucking God, I was like, I am in New
Pixar
York
didn't
City.
happen, dude.
A babushka
Audio recording
from
or it
Little
didn't
Ukraine
happen?
just came over to me and told me to wrap my head in cabbage.
What,
My
and did
injury,
you?
like, no, I didn't need to. I
Did
was
you wrap
fine.
your
I did.
elbow in cabbage?
No, I didn't wrap my elbow in cabbage.
Okay, you don't have a
we don't
concussion,
know.
though, right?
No, I'm fine. Everything's
it's
fine.
like, don't knock
I
it till
kind of
you
hurt
try
my
it.
elbow.
Getting
Maybe
that
it wouldn't
baby
have made a
treatment,
mark
though.
if you'd wrapped it in cabbage fast enough.
But listener, write in. Has your babushka told you to wrap your head in cabbage? Did it work? Did
that
it
is
work?
unbelievable.
Hey, I have an injury too,
It
actually.
was the most New York moment ever.
But mine is actually from climbing.
No.
Which
Oh my
Fingering.
god, you guys. You guys are
Fingering.
bruised birds. You're broken birds.
fingering climbing holds, Ashley. Just for
Y'all
hours.
ever heard of
For
Band-Aids?
hours. Well, I did have a Band-Aid on it, but then, you know how sometimes you put a Band-Aid on something and it goes mushy?
You have a scab, Ashley.
It won't
Alayna
scab
doesn't
up.
have a scab.
Well, now
I'm
I do.
seeing
It's-
flesh.
No, it's not like wet anymore.
Oh. That's unfortunately what she said. Ashley, your link made me laugh this morning.
Yes, it did.
Thank you. Thank you guys for finally acknowledging
It felt very
the things that I do.
serene. It felt
Ashley's link of the
serene.
day.
Well-
it felt like my Stardew Valley game. She said
Yes.
Yes.
the subject was plink, ... plink. And then the email said, standing by the river, tossing pebbles into this link.
And that's
That
how
was
I read
beautiful.
it. It's beautiful. I took a
Thank
second.
you for
I
the
took a
moment
breath.
of calm.
Yeah.
And then I felt
You're
ready.
welcome,
I felt
guys.
ready for the day.
I have another update. I have a number of small updates.
Okay, me too.
I bought mini socks for cold plunging.
Mini socks?
This is getting out of hand. So sorry.
mini scuba socks
The point
for my
of cold
toes.
plunging is to be cold, and you're going.
No,
"Oop,
well, let
too
me tell you
cold."
why. Let me tell you. Can I
socks on.
explain it? First of all, you're not a pro plunger, so shut the fuck up. So Jen and I have been going to this really cool bathhouse, very affordable in New York City, and they have really, really cold like I can really get my cold plunge on there. Like I can't go every day, obviously, but like they have
Too
a
cold.
really cold. No. Too far. Takes too long.
Okay.
So my bathtub, I think, can only get to. Why am I so sassy? My bathtub can only
Because it's about plunge.
This is your passion. You got passion.
because you
plunge.
know
got
what,
plunge passion.
you guys boulder, and that is disgusting, and I never say anything negative about it.
Oh, whoa.
what?
Hold
Sorry,
on
where's
there.
that coming from?
Ugh, it's just like it's like ooh, moo, moo. I'm holding something. Like fuck off. Let me, if I'm gonna cold plunge, let live, okay?
You know what? That PhD might be helpful for us climbers. Maybe that's why we need it.
What?
We need to know about
The
gripping.
grabbies.
How do we grip things?
Oh,
Send me the
my
PhD.
bad.
I'll read it.
I don't know this woman's name. I was a teenager. I was
I'll read
literally
it, and
15,
I care
16.
about it. Actually,
Okay,
actually,
well,
I care about it.
she had super gay vibes, so maybe she's listening right now.
Yeah,
But
a
Well,
PhD
no wonder
about
she's
grip.
studying hands.
She has super gay vibes. Dude.
She's
That's
stuttering.
hilarious.
She's studying finger strength. Obviously,
Sorta.
she's gay. And how dare you say that's
All
not
right,
important?
tell us about your scuba socks.
Okay, you got little itty bitty socks.
do you want to see them?
Yeah, I'm having trouble
On.
visualizing this.
Here's the thing.
Whoa, Alayna, no feet pics on pod. I feel like we
the
talked about
socks will
this
be
like
on.
really
The
early.
The
socks will be
socks will
on.
be on.
The socks will be on.
I'll put them on.
Guys,
It's not feet pics.
guys.
So is it foot without toe? Listener, write in philosophically. Let's have a thing. You know, like when you like take apart like a
Yeah.
ship and you
Yeah.
reassemble it with new pieces. When does it become a new ship, if ever?
Ooh,
Like an
huh.
ancient ship. If you take
Yeah.
toes out, is it foot? Because I really
It's
don't.
like on
it's
Instagram when you
foot, but
censor
it's-
the middle of the nipple
Yes.
and they still let you post
Yeah,
it.
right.
Just censor out like the nail
Right.
on the big toe.
Yeah. How much toe is foot?
Well,
Really?
because what other parts of the foot do we have common names for? We have heel and we have toes.
There's no middle foot.
Right.
You
So
have
then is
ball-
the middle
ball
is that
of the foot. Arch of the foot.
Yeah, that's foot.
Arch. What's the
Arch.
mound? The toe mounds. Foot.
The toe
I'm
mounds.
sorry. What?
We're
What did
turning
you just
somebody on
say?
right now.
The toe mounds.
We gotta
like,
stop.
Like where the toes meet the arch.
That's the ball of the foot.
That's the ball. Isn't the heel the ball?
Okay, Ashley, foot
No,
expert.
the heel is the heel. The ball is the ball.
Oh.
So when I went to cold plunge in this colder thing than my bathtub, because let's be real, icing up my bathtub is not the coldest plunge
Let's
that you're
be
ever
real.
going to do.
You have graduated from bathtub cold plunging.
No, bathtub cold plunge is fine. It's just not
Bathtub what? Sorry.
cold plunge.
Can
What
we
did I
get a
say?
Repeat of how you just said that because it was very cute.
Bathtub cold plunge. I'm gonna quit this podcast. I'm quitting. I'm a little sleepy.
Bathtub COVID?
Maybe you've noticed I actually have a stutter when I get sleepy. I got it really bad over the weekend. And so now you're ableist fucking again.
Yeah, again. Here we go.
I did speech pathology things when I was a child.
I'm just trying to be a part of the podcast. I'm just trying to be a good person. First, I laugh at the disabled woman falling down the stairs.
No, that's so funny though. Dude, that's hilarious. Disabled woman falling down the stairs.
I get sad
really
when I
funny.
think about that actually happening.
That's me. I'm the woman.
It's Ashley. I'm not laughing at. Come on.
No, I know, but like.
Oh,
bro,
would you laugh
that's
at a
horrible.
regular person falling down the stairs? You would.
You're ableist.
Ableist.
Oh no.
Why'd you guys flip
What
the
is
script
this
on me?
energy
We're talking
today?
about Alayna. Alayna's the ableist one, not me.
All of you are ableist. All of you, including
We are.
me. People say that on the internet.
Do we
all
have
the
a
time.
disability? No, we're ableist.
Exactly.
I'm not even joking. I know you're laughing, but I'm not even. It's like the same kind of thing as like if you're white, you're racist. Like you just are.
But you guys are ableist in your heart and your spirit, not through ignorance.
Right. That's the difference.
It's not a matter of ignorance. It's a
It
matter
runs deeper.
of hatred and
Yeah.
a
Okay.
choice to loathe me,
Yeah.
a disabled woman.
It's true.
The name of my one woman show. Me, a disabled woman. Okay.
Where were we?
We were
Slippies.
Your little mini sockies.
my sakis. So when I go to this place, I got in the extra cold one, which is so fucking cold. It is really, really cold. It hurts
Alayna
to
is
be in
from
there.
Canada. She gets it.
I grew up in Manitoba, actually.
Yeah, but you guys don't have
She
water.
gets it.
And
Whoa.
you barely have water. It is all flat land out there. I've seen
our
it.
water is snow.
Yeah. So I got into this plunge, and I don't know if I broke this toe as a child or something, but one of my toes just like felt like it was literally gonna explode. Like that's the only way to describe
Yeah.
the pain that I felt in my toe. I was like, my toe is gonna burst.
Like frostbite.
I've had like frost nip
Oh.
Huh?
when it's like really cold and your skin gets a little gray, but it's not like a permanent
No.
injury.
No, like the feeling like that it's gonna burst. Frostbite.
Oh, really?
That's part of it.
Oh my
And there's like a burning,
Didn't feel burning, just
like-
exploding.
pins and needles pain.
Pins and needle pain I feel in the really cold one, but
Yeah.
not on my skin, inside my body. Anyway,
Right.
so I got the slippies because I was like, I saw these other dudes who were really plunging, and they were wearing slippies, and
Hold on.
There's all these other guys. They're really getting into it.
What does that mean?
they were there. I saw a guy doing it for like 30 minutes, and I was like, "You're psycho."
Oh,
You're
so
psycho.
it's a
Is
duration
Wild.
Yeah.
that makes
Yeah.
someone really plunging.
Yes, of course. Well, some people
Okay.
like dunk their head. I don't dunk my head. I'm not a masochist. But they were really
You just
plunging.
travel across town to go to the extra cold plunge.
I do. And I do it for 12
Not a
minutes because Mac
masochist.
told me that's all I need for the week. So when I go there, I get it done. I
Okay.
do all 12 minutes.
I got
If you
So-
would want to read a book about it, there is this. I read it so long ago, I can't remember her name. But she's a scientist, and she basically did this study where she
studied
She
grip
did a-
strength.
She didn't,
Shoot.
but
Then
I
do
wish
we
she
care
would have,
about
if you
her?
know what I mean. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. Do we care?
Yeah.
Do we even care?
But she did a lot of the research, and she was one of the people that. She's the person I heard the 11 minutes a week thing, and she was talking about the studies that came out that verified that.
Mm-hmm.
But she studied with these guys in like Iceland or some country. I can't remember.
I mean,
the
Iceland
country.
sounds right if we're talking about cold plunge.
right. Yeah.
Iceland works
or
for
maybe,
me.
or maybe that's just where I went because that was like the most likely in
Yeah.
my brain.
Do you want me to put them on?
Dude, yes, put them on. Ashley putting on the slippies.
Wait, finish what you're saying,
Putting
Mac.
on her slippies.
Finish what you're saying.
She's gonna show us those slippies.
Oh, we can't see.
On
You
her
have to
feet.
come to the middle. You have to show us in the middle of the screen.
Oh, God, this
I can
hurts.
just see an ankle.
Centralize.
All I can see is an ankle.
Slippy. It's Slippy.
Why is
What?
that so like violating?
Why are you being mean to me?
Bro, you didn't tell me you were showing us a crop top for your foot.
Crop bottom. Wait, is the toe the top of the foot or the bottom of the foot? That's a really important
The top,
question.
absolutely,
The top.
absolutely the top.
Okay, so it's a crop top.
Listener, if you're not watching, Ashley just lifted up her foot and she
Crop top for the foot.
Imagine you took like a tensor
A crop top for the
band
foot.
or like a little toque and you just put it on the
It is
toes.
a foot beanie for sure. It is a foot beanie. That is
Yes.
exactly what it is.
You just took like a band of some kind, just like wrapped it around the toes and
please,
the ball.
a warning before you put that thing up.
That's it.
You're mobile in there?
How much did those cost, Ashley? It's half
I don't
a
even know.
sock. It's half
Not
a
what
sock.
I was expecting.
It works. My toe didn't feel like it was going to explode.
If it works, that's all that matters.
How does it stay on?
Not well. But I'm not
Okay.
moving around. I'm just
Right.
standing there.
Like you couldn't have just worn a
Wow.
regular sock and folded it in half, like folded it
No,
down
this
the
is
foot.
scuba. This is
These are
scuba.
special slippies.
What's your fucking problem? That's so
I can't
rude.
believe you, Alayna. I can't believe you'd say that regular sock.
Sorry,
You
I just
definitely
I
don't know anything about
cold
water.
plunging. I just don't
Yeah.
get. I don't know. Never done it. I don't know. I don't know anything.
Well, maybe
about
if you
it.
listen to Ashley.
This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace.
Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform for entrepreneurs to stand out and succeed online.
Whether you are just starting out or managing a growing brand, Squarespace makes it easy to create a beautiful website, engage with your audience, and sell anything from products to content to time, all in one place, all on your terms. I'm currently in the process of creating my own website through Squarespace, and the website templates have made the process so much easier than any other website I have ever tried to build.
I also love their analytics. You can use the insights to grow your business. You can learn where your hits and sales are coming from. So where you're doing well, you can focus in on and then kind of improve where you're kind of lacking. They also have email campaigns, which is huge if you're trying to run a business. You can collect all that data right through your Squarespace website and introduce your new customers to what you've got going on.
So head to squarespace.com/chosenfamily for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code chosenfamily to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
Welcome to the Chosen Family Podcast. Every Wednesday, we answer one of your questions if you're a patron. And if you're not a patron, honestly, just bye. Yeah, get out of here. Thank you, son. You're getting it now. Don't even be here. I don't even know why we make this for you. Fuck off.
Well,
and
but also, thanks for
We love
listening.
you.
Hi, my name's
I
Alayna.
am
I'm
your-
your mom, and like, happy you're here. Either way, really great to have listeners.
maybe make a contribution to this household. Maybe bring something to the table, okay? Maybe you've been here a while and it's time to start paying rent.
Oh, whoa, whoa.
Is that what you said to your girlfriend when you were paying her rent?
Yes, that's how you guys are.
No, I was like,
You want to stay another month? I got you.
such a simp. No, thank you for being here. I'm your dad, Ashley Gavin.
I'm your hot teenage brother, Mac. I'm
Mac
happy
is
you're here.
Baby. Yeah,
Mac
I'm
is
happy you're here too. Thanks for making this possible, but thank you, patrons, more for making it more possible. Should we answer a question?
Whoa.
Hold on.
Whoa.
I have an update too.
Fine.
Is that okay with you?
Proceed.
Sir? You talked about
Oh,
your foot beanie for
Fuck you.
minutes.
I shared something with you.
I thought it was really cool.
Thank you, Mac.
I thought, okay, it was cool.
I'm shifting.
Okay.
Oh. What? Oh my god. I did not know you meant the camera. I was like, what are you talking about? Just
She's
this
like,
dramatic face and you go, I'm shifting.
I'm
Like, okay.
I'm going through a personal evolution. Currently discovering a lot about myself.
Okay, go ahead. What's your update? Alayna?
Okay, so you know how last time I was talking about the MA program and how I was gonna have a meeting with one of the professors to see, like, get some feedback on my application?
Yes.
I think I'm gonna do the research project anyway.
Ooh.
Am I frozen
Go
for you
on.
guys?
You were.
Yes.
Oh, yep. Yes, you are.
Shocking. Shocking that you would take on the work for no credit. That's crazy.
No. Okay. No. So I can do the research project anyway, and the aim would be publication. So that, two potential options. One, I could potentially reapply for the MA program next year and potentially maybe use the research project that I would already be working on for my thesis, if that worked out that way. If it didn't, I could aim to get the research project published, and that way, if I ever did want to go back for a PhD, I would have the research equivalent to a thesis, and it wouldn't matter if I had a thesis degree or not.
Okay, so this is like a really good way to keep the doors open. What does this entail exactly?
Well, the way Ashley's looking at me is about right.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's about right. What does it entail? Well, you know, everything that writing an entire master's thesis would entail.
For no credit.
Okay,
Well,
I'm baby right now. I need more.
So basically, it's, you know, doing a lit review, which is generally a pretty large undertaking, but I've already done a huge portion of that to even write the proposal, because I applied for funding as well, which I haven't just found out if I received or not yet. But so I've already done a major part of the proposal, so it's just doing a literature review and then doing the actual research, so gathering the data, and then analyzing the data and then writing it up. So, you know.
So just your whole summer and your mental health and your firstborn.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
well.
The way that it was put to me by this professor was that, you know, some people take 6 months to do it. Some people take 4 years. It's really up to you.
4 years? Are you for real?
Well, that's where I was like,
Oh my god.
so you said like 6 months was the fastest?
Okay, so
Like,
condensing
so
something
you're
from
saying I could
4
do it in
years to
5?
6 months? No. That's fucking crazy. I also love how Ashley was frozen, but it was on the face that she probably should have been frozen on, which was her doing the seriously, Alayna.
Well, and I
gotta
like
do
that
this.
she's been frozen and it keeps like, it comes back for a second and she really hasn't moved.
Yeah,
She's just taking this in.
I support you no matter what you do. I love you. I am your friend.
Aww.
And I am withholding comment.
No, don't withhold comment. Never withhold comment.
Are you
Please,
sure
I
you want
need your
because
comments.
this feels like it's going to be one of those conversations where the comment section is going to be like, this should have been offline because it made me uncomfortable.
Which part?
This isn't gonna make
Wait,
anyone
what do you
uncomfortable.
mean? Why would it make anybody uncomfortable?
Because I haven't said that the thing that's going to make people uncomfortable yet.
Try me.
Okay, fine. This is my foot without the slippy on. No, I'm kidding.
Patreon only content, Ashley.
No, what I was going to say was, why don't you wait a minute before you make this decision?
Like
Listen.
how many minutes? I will. Because
I would
I'm just
actually
kidding.
wait a while and not think about it at all.
Yeah, so if I were to do this, I would only start after my school term is done. So that's how much time I'll give myself before I like officially decide anything.
Okay, that's a chunk. This sounds so incredibly stressful, but yeah, obviously we
actually
would be happy
doesn't
for you and support
feel
you.
stressful because I would be doing it as an independent project.
Alayna,
outside
it's
of-
amazing the way that you can take something that clearly doesn't work for you and make it work for you. It really feels like being straight. I'm just going to say that.
what part doesn't work for me?
Well, you had this like revelation on the last episode which sounded correct to me. It sounded like it aligned.
Yes.
And this does not feel like it aligns.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say.
I don't want you to you're gonna say. I want you to say what you're thinking because yes, I've thought about that as well.
It feels like you're just like, okay, I got rejected from this program, but this is what I'm supposed to do, and because I'm supposed to do it, I'll find some way to do it, even though my passion is not research.
No, but even I was saying last time, I do care about this. I am interested in it. I want those doors open. So here's where the alignment stands. because I don't have classes this summer. Remember? Because I started early. So I like finished the classes already. So I don't have classes this summer. So if I spent the summer working on this project, there's potential that there's basically potential that I could still do everything that we've talked about on the same timeline while also keeping the doors open. Because everything that I was talking about on the last episode of like the different trainings that I could do and all of that, that would still happen on the same timeline, because what I'm not doing is dedicating myself or committing to pursuing a PhD. That's what I'm not, that's what I'm letting go of for now. But I do, if I have the opportunity to have that door open, I would like it open.
Okay.
And so my thought is, if I can do this project, maybe, you know, independently over the summer and then into the next school year, it's possible.
Yeah, maybe this is like a happy medium.
That's what it feels like.
Between like you're doing something for it and it's keeping those doors open, but you're not fully committing and doing the whole thing.
Well, and it feels like, Ashley, it's like what you said in the last episode, where like, I think in my life so many times I've thought that things were going to go one way, but then you were saying that I need to like, that I'm somebody who ends up making my own kind of fitting my own puzzle pieces together.
Oh, true.
This feels like another version of that, because even if I had gotten into the program this time around, I wouldn't be starting this project until September of next year. So I would be doing it at the same time as all of my coursework. Whereas this way, I'm doing this project when I have no other coursework, and I would
Just
actually...
the podcast that you were going to start, right?
I'm still going to do that.
Okay. I'm just checking in to make sure that you're not talking about a time that nothing was going to be in there.
No, I'm still going to do that.
No such time exists for Alayna. Okay, well, I mean, this is cool.
Ashley's pissed.
I'm not pissed. I admire your commitment to something you're not going to do.
You... I wish you're like off to the side. I like can't even see your face really, and I feel like I'm losing out on. There it is.
No. I you know me. I can be convinced otherwise of things.
I do. You have frozen on.
Dude, the way this is frozen.
I need to take a picture of what you just. Of you. Oh, it moved. Damn it. But you don't feel convinced. Well, and I don't even know if I'm going to do it yet. But it feels.
I just want you to be the star of your own life, Alayna.
She wants the best for you.
I know. That's what this feels like. It feels like I can still do this thing that I was really ready to do and really had put a lot of time and effort into doing. And I can do it my own way. Like, that's what's neat about this, is being like, okay, I don't actually have to do this project within the confines of coursework. And like, I can do it my way.
Okay.
Maybe.
All right.
Maybe I could.
This is pretty freaking cool. I
think so.
I think it's pretty freaking cool. And also the fact that it's over the summer. Well, you always have shit going on though, dude. I don't know.
But even just and this is the other thing, is I could get started if it's too much. If I hate it, there's I don't have to do it. Nothing like,
yeah.
It just, this
you
feels
definitely
like,
tend to stop things that you start. You're that kind of person. I could totally see you not fully investing in something.
Look, I know I gave you a hard time about your plunge footsies, but this is...
No, you know me. I support you. And you know better than I do. Maybe not on this. I feel that I know better. But
yes,
listener, Alayna is sus.
I feel sus because we're not getting the same Ashley energy one way or the other. Usually it's I'm so proud of you. You're the best person I've ever met. She wants to
support you.
It's almost like compromise isn't actually a real thing, that you can't really be in between. You kind of have to commit to one.
You or me?
Whoa.
Wait, I don't get it. I don't get it. Oh God, I don't get it.
Okay, so this is something that my friend Neil and I came up with. My buddy Neil, who I tour with sometimes.
Sorry. You just oh God, I missed it again.
My buddy Neil and I love food when we're on tour, but we like really different types of food. I want to go into the city, even if I have to go 20 minutes, find the best little brunch place with the best food. He loves like a weird mall pick where it's like, how is this in a mall for like lunch? And I was like, I want brunch. He was like, I want to be in the mall. And I was like, I know that sounds crazy, but the guy loves malls. And he does have good taste. So we compromised and we went to the brunch place at the mall. And guess what, guys? It was disgusting. It was the fucking worst. Okay. So here's what I'm trying to say. Real compromise is not finding some weird middle where you lose the best of both things. Real compromise is making a choice to one of them, and then next time you make the choice for the other one in a relationship.
Right.
Okay?
Yes.
I'm just saying when it comes to PhD, and I understand that this leaves the door open for PhD, and this is not technically PhD. I just believe that if you were going to do the PhD and that was something you wanted to do, like you would know and you would instantly have been like, I'm going to research over the summer and this is what I know. Or if you were going to make a hit podcast that it goes to the spaces you want to go to, that's something that you would know and you would invest. And I think it's worth deciding at some point for yourself what is your true being rather than the thing you're supposed to do.
Right.
That is all I'm saying, and I am not telling you which one it is.
Yep.
And I'm not saying this is the time to do that. Maybe you do that after you experiment.
That's such a good analogy.
I get what you're saying, and I
just find the most successful people really jump in.
Yeah.
And there are things that I need to hear this lesson too. Like this guy from this other podcast, his podcast is blowing up right now. And he told me about this strategy he was going to pursue that costs like a ton of money. And I was like, whoa, dude, like, okay, like, I hope it works. And it did. And he's now got one of the most number one podcasts in the world. When he told me that, I was like, maybe I should do that. And I didn't. And here I am, exactly where I was. I have to remind myself to invest in myself all the time. And I feel like you need to hear that more than I do.
You've always said that too. You used to talk to us about that at the beginning of the pod, for real.
You've always said that.
I can't get over how quick you pulled the mall thing out of your ass.
Bro, I'm getting old.
Good. The mall thing was good.
Like, there is a lot to be learned from America's malls, you know?
1 in 5 Americans have learn a new language on their bucket list. If that's you, make 2024 the year you finally check it off the list with Babbel. Babbel is my favorite language learning service that I've found. They have these quick 10-minute lessons that you can do every day, and they focus on real-life conversation skills. I practice in French because if you don't use it, you lose it. And I'm trying desperately not to lose it.
Be a better you in 2024 with Babbel, the science-backed language learning app that actually works. Don't pay hundreds of dollars for private tutors or waste hours on apps that don't really even help you speak the language.
Babbel's quick 10-minute lessons are handcrafted by over 200 language experts to help you start speaking a new language in as little as 3 weeks. It's designed by real people for real conversations.
Babbel's tips and tools are approachable, accessible, rooted in real-life situations, and delivered with conversation-based teaching so that you're ready to practice what you've learned in the real world.
Here's a special limited time deal for our listeners. Right now, get 55% off your Babbel subscription, but only for our listeners at babbel.com/chosen. Get 55% off at babbel.com/chosen. Spelled BABBEL.com/chosen. Rules and restrictions may apply. It's like, because what you're saying in just very like simple terms is doing one thing 100% is better than doing two things 50%. When it
comes to things like this, yes, I think so. Generalists tend to be more successful, but I do think at a certain point when you're going for ventures, you know, you just kind of have to fucking dive in.
Yeah. I'm of two minds. On the one hand, I'm delusional and I'm like, but I can do both 100.
No, and on the you actually can't.
And on the other hand, I'm like, I have been taught, this is, on the other hand, I remember us talking about like something I've been thinking about is this idea of like, what if someone just did one thing? Can you imagine how your life would be if you just had one thing to do? And that sounds kind of like the other piece of what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I'm working on a TV show. I'm working on 2 different film concepts. Like it's just like 2 all over the place, and I can't get to the level of success and dedication that I had at the beginning of the pandemic when I was not doing stand-up and I totally immersed myself in the world of social media and I blew the fuck up. That's not a coincidence that at the time when I was focused on one thing, doing it crazy good, I had like a ton of success, you know? Like, I don't think that that's a coincidence.
No, definitely not.
Would you ever take a break from comedy to like dive into one of those things, or just
comedy's not the issue? It's podcasting that's the issue. It's podcasting and clips that are the issue.
Yeah,
comedy, I've got in a place where like really streamlined and like I'm not hopeful. I'm sorry to sound like an asshole. I've been doing comedy for 10 years. I've got it like I've got enough material. I've got it down. Like I just need full days to wake up and sit down and write for 4 hours. That's like what I need that I don't have. And days off. So that, because when you're doing creative work or like entrepreneurial work, you kind of want your brain has a background hum about stuff. And when you're able to dedicate that background part of your brain that's like not really you're not consciously aware of it, when that's like on full drive for what the big thing that you're working on, that's really powerful. That's really powerful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's what I wanted for this master's program, where I was like, I'm gonna, cut back on all this work stuff so I can dedicate all this time to the program. And I did it for like 2 seconds. And then now, here I am back in my usual mode. And I guess I feel like once I'm done with these classes, all of this extra time that I built in for the program is going to open back up, right? And so I have kind of these options of how to use that time. And both feel exciting.
Well, at least you have time to think about it. Like, it's not like you need to know next week.
And I also could be wrong. It's a temporary situation. Maybe you do it in 6 months, or maybe it takes 4 years.
It won't take 4 years. I can do it in 6 months.
Whew, okay. Alayna. Oh my God. Okay.
While doing a podcast? While doing 2 podcasts?
Yeah.
And your YouTube channel?
Yeah. I'm currently in a full-time master's program. A full-time master's program doing a podcast, a YouTube channel, and Patreon, and everything else that I do. Okay. So
Alayna's off the rails.
No, I think I actually feel really good about it. I think this feels like my road.
Okay. Well, then
that's how it feels.
I withdraw my consideration and I support you fully.
And
but also think about it for like a few weeks.
Of course, I always appreciate your consideration. I think I feel good about it.
Okay. Should we answer
I feel good about it, and we'll see.
Oh,
let's answer.
We'll see we'll see how I continue to feel as I start like actually diving into it. Okay, I think
it's good that you brought that up, Ashley.
No, it is.
You're the friend that tells their friend that they have a booger in their nose.
I am the friend
and that's the friend that you need.
Yes, you need some, because like I talk to, well, the only people I really talk to about this kind of stuff is like my parents and my partner, and they're all like, wee.
Yeah.
Well, actually, my partner's a little bit more like you, Ashley. She's a bit more like, weren't you gonna take a nap?
You might have a booger.
Like, weren't you gonna take a nap at one point? And I'm like, no, I have coffee. It's fine. But it's good. It's good to be able to, it's helpful to have somebody, bring me back down to earth every once in a while, because I do get a little bit excited about too many things.
If you fly too close to the sun.
Yes. I just have a tendency to girl boss too close to the sun.
Yes, you are girl bossing.
It's just in my genes.
Calm down. We gotta pull you down, girl.
I can't help it. I need someone to put some sunglasses on. We've got 2 questions. One is about kind of open relationship stuff, which is interesting, but we've talked about before. And then the other one is probably not short, but I think a really good question.
I say we do the open relationship one because Ashley has the best insight for that, and all 3 of us don't have a ton to say about it because we're not all 3 in an open relationship, so maybe it'll go quicker.
Okay.
The 3 of us are in an open relationship where we don't fuck each other.
That's true.
That's so true.
We have our own polycule. Hello, I've been in an open relationship for over a year now. I love this person very much, and I think that we have a really strong foundation for open communication. Despite having conversations in the past about what it would mean for them to see other people in addition to me, last week was the first time that it actually happened. It's been a huge learning curve for me because I've realized how much my anxious attachment style impacts how secure I feel in the relationship. My partner wants to see where this new relationship goes with the person that they saw last week. I want that for them as well, but I also want to figure out how to feel secure. We've talked about it a lot, but I wanted to see some other perspectives on what I can do to feel secure while in an open relationship. This was a long one, so thanks for reading.
That sounds more poly than open.
It's basically somebody who they've agreed on a non-monogamous relationship style. They both feel invested. They both feel good about it. But now that it's starting to happen in practice, of course, like new insecurities are coming up.
Dang.
Yeah, I mean, okay, this is not helpful because this has already happened, but Jen and I have what we call the Jatsu every month, where we have a meeting together for however long it takes. It's usually like 10 minutes, if that. And it's called the Jen and Ashley State of the Union, the Jatsu.
You guys are awesome.
That's so good.
I can't, maybe I'm not pronouncing that right. But it is in our calendar, and every month, even if nothing is happening, we sit down. And so this year was pretty light for both of us. I would say the last 8 months, I've only had 2 or 3 partners, and her as well, which is why I'm like, I don't really know that I'm like the best spokesperson for open relationships. Like, people think it's poly, and like it's really like a hall pass program that we're actively enrolled in. But
when you started the hall pass program, did you have any sort of bumps when it first was like being enacted?
Not really, because
perfect.
we made it official. We were not exclusive before we made it official. So
Right.
we were seeing other people, so we just kind of rolled that in just to see how it would feel.
Yeah.
And it didn't. So we started open, which
Right.
I think is kind of critical. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because when your de facto dating life does not match your de jure dating life, that is to say you guys are open, but one of you is not pursuing it. Or, you know, like something like that. You need to be actively talking about it, because before this happens, you want to have the conversations that are like, yeah, you know, I haven't seen anybody in this much time. How would you feel if it started again? You know, just sort of like just be on the same page about what could potentially happen, so it doesn't feel like looks like a duck, acts like a duck. Because if it's looking like a duck and acting like a duck, your relationship is a duck and it feels like a duck to you. But then when something changes, that shakes you up, you know, like even though technically on paper you're open, it didn't feel that way for a year, so now it's different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
You need to be actively talking about these things so that when they happen, it's not a shock.
Yeah, and it sounds like they are talking about it. It's just more, I don't know, of a self-reflection piece, which I would offer. And I don't know if it sounds like this person is fairly reflective and has probably had a lot of these conversations. But I would offer, like, when you say you have an anxious attachment style, and it's getting in the way, there's insecurities, like, what is the fear? Is the fear that your partner is going to love this other person more than you? Is the fear that they're going to be better in bed? Is the fear that they're going to leave you for this other person?
Alayna listing things for this person to become afraid of.
They're like,
No,
I
but
didn't
it's-
think of that before, but I mean, I guess.
No, but it's like, what, when you say I have my anxious attachment style is getting in the way, like, what are you anxious about, right? Like, find the actual thing. Find the
What about, let's just bring this in. What about crocodiles? You know what I mean? What about developing an illness that you never thought you would have?
It's a great
possible.
starting point. We can work with that.
Just while we're on the topic.
Um,
That's hilarious.
yeah, I think, okay, can I throw something out there?
Please.
Throw it.
It doesn't matter whether or not you're in an open relationship, you should be working towards a secure attachment with your partner.
Throw.
Yeah.
I would start there before, like, that. My biggest piece of advice about open relationships is they shouldn't be open until you two are in the best relationship of your entire life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well,
like totally secure.
and I
Because
think
otherwise I think it creates people use it as a band-aid so often, and it's just a horrible idea.
I think I've said this before on the podcast, maybe, but some of the best advice that I got, I think it actually came, I don't know where it came from, actually, I shouldn't say.
It was me.
It probably was from Ashley.
Yeah.
One of the best things I remember hearing, or that's been helpful for me about
Put on your slippies before you plunge.
well, after you put on your slippies, after you've cold plunged, how to become more secure in a relationship. If the relationship is healthy, right? Like, the first step is that the other person has to be treating you right, because is your attachment style anxious, or are you having a reasonable reaction to a way that you're being treated, right? That's question number one.
Yeah.
So then once that's answered and you're like, no, this other person is treating me well, we have a relationship that I want to pursue, then it's, okay, well, now it's on me, right? Now it's actually not about this other person and what can they do, it's what can I do. And so for me, I read somewhere that it was that if you imagine somebody that you know who's like secure, or you imagine what a secure relationship looks like, then you just have to try and do that. Like, you pretend, essentially.
Play the character.
Exactly.
Fake it till
like,
you make it.
Think to yourself, what would, if you find yourself in a situation where your insecurity, your anxious attachment style, your avoidant attachment style, whatever it is, your insecure attachment style is coming out, asking yourself, what would a secure person do? Right? WWSPD. And then do that. Like, that's, you got to actually, I mean, this is just one theory of it, but in changing the behavior, you could then kind of rewire the system when nothing terrible happens.
I'm wondering if, like, because the openness of the relationship was dormant for so long, if they also forgot to, like, seek out other people. So maybe putting some energy into that, if you haven't been, like, trying or just, like, it hasn't crossed your mind, would help kind of make you understand what your partner's doing as well.
Yep.
During my dry spell, which fortunately aligned with Jen's kind of drier time, I was like, there was a part of me, I didn't feel forced in any way, but I was like, do you still want to be in an open relationship?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, maybe just flex that muscle a little bit because, you know, like, you don't just want to fall out of line with your partner. I know that sounds super weird, and I'm afraid of how people perceive open relationships.
No.
So
I think that's a good piece of advice, is like, you know, you can also go and put energy into seeing other people, and that can help you understand what your partner is feeling.
It's true.
It's similar. You can kind of look at it in a similar way to, like, if I'm feeling insecure about, just to use a personal example, if I'm feeling insecure about, let's say, my body, or like my body changing, and I'm thinking, oh God, my partner finds me attractive. What if something changes and then she doesn't find me attractive anymore? If I flip it and think about her, and I think, what if she changed? How would I feel? And I know.
Grossed out.
Sorry?
Grossed out.
Obviously, dude.
Yeah, I'd be like, ew, goodbye. And then I feel better. No, if I recognize how I would feel about her, then I can tell myself, so why can't I believe that she would feel the same? Right? So let's say we were in an open relationship, and I'm feeling insecure that my partner, because she's met somebody that she's really excited about, and then I get afraid, does that mean she's less excited about me now? If we flip the script and I'm meeting somebody new and I'm excited about this person, I know for me that doesn't change anything about how I feel about her, and that then helps me believe that she could feel that same way. Does that make sense?
Yes, I think I understand.
Also, I'll say 2 things. The first thing is like just make sure like your alignment on like a physical relationship and feelings is like the same.
Yes, right.
Just because of what you're saying, like I can't tell like what type of open this relationship this is, but I know Jen and I wouldn't have a conversation that was like phrased like that. Like, yeah. I can't imagine her sitting down with me being like, I met someone I'm really excited about. That would actually be, that would freak the shit out of me in my open relationship.
Because it's
so
different
I just want to put out, it is.
Yeah.
So, but I'm only bringing this up because like, are these the boundaries that you guys
agreed on?
Yeah. Well, that shows how important it is to have a conversation about
you're anxious.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Dang.
Second of all, jealousy is normal. It's not like you're not going to feel it. But I will say the only times I get jealous, and there's been like 2 in, you know, however many years we've been dating, are not because of the physical part, which we've set really clear boundaries around. It's more like there was a scheduling error and I felt like, you know, stood up a little bit because, you know what I mean? So it's way more about like the emotional piece. So those things often, if you are in a really what should be a secure relationship, I like what Alayna said, like check in, is this person actually respecting what you guys agreed to?
Yeah. Yep.
Because if they are, then that is really helpful for jealousy and can calm you the fuck down.
Yeah. Because
most of the time, the few occasions that I have been jealous, all I need to do is say to myself, oh yeah, didn't you guys agree to this? Oh, you did? Oh, okay. Oh, aren't you doing like the same thing next week? Okay, all right.
That's exactly what I'm saying. That the first piece wouldn't be so helpful to me, the agreeing to it, but the second piece of like, aren't you doing the same thing? Like if I
Didn't
imagine,
you just do that?
Yeah, like if I imagine myself in that same situation when if I feel jealous of something, and I just flip the script and put myself in the same shoes, I'm like, oh, this is fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another day, another reinforcement of my monogamous nature. I've never been so sure.
I don't know, dude. I did not think I would be here.
No.
No, I know. It's weird because I was there and now I'm like, oh God, I could never.
You're brave, Ashley.
Thank you for...
You're stronger than us.
I'm not brave. I'm just eating pussy. Like, there's nothing brave about it.
You're secure. It sounds like you're secure.
And that's brave.
It sounds very secure.
Yeah, it is. It is. That's the nice thing.
We are anxious.
Jen is the only thing I'm secure about, honestly.
Right.
Truly. Like, everything else in my life is
marry
anxiety.
her immediately.
My sister's the only one I'm secure about.
Aw.
That's really sweet.
Well, so then you use that as your foundation. Use that as your example.
Oh, I freaking try, man, but it feels different. It's not the same.
It is different, of course.
It is not the same.
Okay, well, I think this was an episode. We've been going.
Shut the fuck up.
Yes, thank you for listening, everybody. We're gonna now record. We're gonna record a bonus episode for Patreon because we have a bunch of bonus episodes over there.
Where is that?
Patreon.com/chosenfamilypodcast.
What?
Okay. Listen.
What do we do there?
Listen.
Ashley's gonna tell us.
This is a no-brainer. You can donate as little as you want. You can donate $1, and if you think that you can't afford that, you're lying. Okay. I don't give it. They're lying. Alayna, who the fuck is watching this on their cell phone or their Mac?
No,
unless
you know
they
what
are
I was
at
just
the
thinking?
public library with a pair of headphones they found in the dirt.
Not the Chosen Family pod at the public library.
This is what I was just thinking. I was thinking, wow, Ashley really does get the short end of the stick in all this because you say all these things and then Mac and I get to sit here and go, oh no, can't believe she said that.
You're thinking it.
Even though we're not fighting with you. We're not saying, Ashley,
No, I
don't.
didn't
That's
say
a
no.
serious. We just get to make these little faces and then none of it gets put on us and it gets put on you. That's
you're
what
so
I was
right.
thinking.
You're so right.
So
We
thank
should be
you,
carrying Ashley right now.
You carry
Ashley,
this
thank you.
podcast.
If you really can't afford the dollar, fine, you're off the hook. For the other 95% of you, you lying whores.
Okay,
Yeah,
Ashley.
this I stand by this.
Okay. Listen, it's really helpful. There's 3 of us. Sponsors don't want to work with us because we're gay. We talk about vaginas and stuff. It's really, really helpful when you join the Patreon. We appreciate it. This is, we make this for free for you. So thank you to those of you who are there. We love you.
I'm sure you're very poor. Congratulations. Can the rest of you please give us $1?
Listener, we love you. Ashley, we love you.
We love you so much.
We love
Ashley loves you too.
Ashley,
I don't love you.
This is over. Thanks for listening,
I
everybody.
love
you guys
how
so
poor
much.
you are.
Okay, and it's
poor,
over.
poor.
See you guys next week.
Please excuse Ashley. She fell down the subway stairs.
She hit her head. She had a very big head. Owie. And we have to go. Tend to that.
Yeah, this is way too long.
Okay, goodbye.
No,
Okay,
bye.
goodbye,
Money
everybody.
on cabbage.
Chosen Family is a Forever Dog production, hosted by Ashley Gavin, Alayna Joy, and Mac INGEMI. Edited by Danny Jewell, executive produced by Mariah Nicholas. Forever Dog Productions is Joe Cilio, Alex Ramsey, and Brett Boehm.
Forever